Welcome to the CISO Sessions. Today we're joined by Russ Gordon as CISO at a Tier 1 auto supplier here in Detroit. Welcome, Russ.
Great, thanks for having me.
Russ, as some of the more recent security breaches have shown us, third parties present a significant risk to an organization. What's your approach to third-party risk management?
Well, it's really kind of a three-pronged approach. First, it's a partnership. It always is. You have to make sure that they have the same security goals that you have in mind. Second is, you should have the right to audit these partnerships. Hopefully it's in contracts that allow you to kind of send questionnaires or really do a third-party assessment. And third is, they're your partners, so you have to trust them, but you also have to verify that they're doing what they say they're doing.
Have you gotten to the point with your program now where you're actually going on site and validating some of that information?
We just started our third-party assessment program, and really in the beginning, because we don't currently have contracts that allow us to go on site and verify, we're just now doing a survey to find out what the kind of the security posture is of our vendors. And then if we find that it warrants more, then we'll start writing it into our next contract base as they renew.
Over the last several years, the manufacturing sector has seen a fair amount of mergers and acquisitions. As a veteran of this space, do you have any tips for CISOs facing a merger?
I do. So one of the things that I do first is assume the worst. I assume that the company that is coming on doesn't have the same security model that we have. And I first do an assessment to make sure, to understand what they have and what they don't, and then how I can fit them in very methodically into our security model.
So threat intelligence is a big topic in the industry right now, trying to keep current and make sure you're aware of what's going on outside your organization. What's your approach to keeping current?
I use a lot of things to keep me current. First and foremost, I rely on my vendors. They're always calling, letting me know what the latest threat is out there. Second, just like anyone else, I read the trade magazines that come through, the normal news magazines, your CNNs, of the big stuff that comes through. But I also rely on the tools that I already have. The tools that I'm using give you a certain amount of threat intelligence from what they're seeing out in the wild, which I tend to place a little more reliance on than I would a magazine or something that is trying to sensationalize really what's happening. And then I also rely on my peers. I go to several networking events around that really kind of display what they're actually seeing and what they're facing. And it usually is either what's coming my way or something that I'm facing as well.
Having worked at a couple multinational organizations, do you have any advice for navigating that complicated mess of international privacy law and data loss prevention?
I do. One of the first things you need to do is find out what the rules are. Every country is going to have different rules on how they handle privacy and data movement. So what I would recommend first is find out what those rules are and then try and level the playing field. Try and take maybe your most restrictive location and make that the rule going across the board. Then after that, I would actually lean on people like you, lean on our suppliers who are giving us the tools to make this work. Make them understand what those rules are and find out ways to make their tools compliant.
Did you find a particular advocate within your organization that would help you navigate some of those waters?
I start with our compliance officers as well as our legal department to understand the laws of those countries and those locations. Then I go to the locations and talk to their works councils to better understand the rules in those countries. Usually if we work together with those, it becomes a much smoother of a project because you know the rules right from the outset and you're not playing catch up at the end.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Russ, for your time today.
Great. Thank you very much.